Hi there, and welcome to one of my absolute favorite videos of the entire year, and that is my Healthy Fall Bake With Me. I look forward to these videos all year long, the fall and the holiday one, because I feel like this season is filled with so many beautiful and nourishing and comforting flavors. And when we can incorporate those feelings into some nutrient dense and delicious treats that we typically view as something that we can't indulge in, when we can incorporate those beautiful flavors into some comforting and nourishing treats, I just find that it really does add that beautiful layer to the season. So, hi there, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica. I'm a holistic nutritionist as well as a nutritional therapy practitioner. And here on my channel, we cover all things mom life, but everything we do here in my space does have a bit of a healthy twist. So our menu is packed, and I film this video every single year. I will have my previous year's Fall Bake With Me linked for you in the description box down below. Last year's Fall Bake With Me was genuinely a marathon, and we did the fall nourish cookies, and I don't know if there's another baked good out there that can top this one. You're probably seeing some B-roll right now on the screen. When I talk about nutrient dense, that right there is the definition of a nutrient dense baked good. But I've been working for 2 weeks on crafting the most delicious and nourishing and comforting recipes for this video, so I hope that you guys are excited. We're gonna start with the spiced orchard orange muffins because when the kids get home from school, I know that they will love this one as an after-school snack. Okay, between the smell of the diffuser behind you and then all of the beautiful spices here to my left and the rainy weather outside, which we have had rain for the last 5 or 6 days, but next week is high 70s. This is how it goes in the Midwest. But with all of this, and you saw a screenshot of the playlist that I'm listening to, it's just bringing so much of the ambiance and the fall vibes into the decorated house, but bring in the beauty of the season, like these delicious spiced orchard orange muffins. We have 2 cups of brown rice flour. You could use whole wheat flour, or you could do a gluten-free flour alternative. Brown rice is naturally gluten-free. Then we have all of our beautiful spices. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon, more like 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of sea salt in here with our 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're adding in a 1/4 cup of hemp seeds and a 1/4 cup of ground flax seeds. Now, if your children are like mine, they will pretty much eat anything as long as there are chocolate chips. So we are going to be adding 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips, and then we're going to do the zest of our oranges, juice our oranges, and get mixing together all of our wet ingredients. always substitute the applesauce for coconut oil, melted coconut oil, or melted butter, but I love the texture and just the fluffiness that the applesauce brings. We're going to be using brown rice flour and oat flour and cornmeal actually, but I really love the way that brown rice flour cooks. It's such a beautiful and of course naturally gluten-free flour that's packed with fiber and nutrition, and look at that beautiful texture. If you have followed me for any period of time, then you would know my obsession with the Nordic Ware seasonal baking pans. I've had this one for 5 years. I will say, this one is a huge pain in the butt to clean, but can you even, with these beautiful little pine cones and acorns, you have to grease this so well. We're going to be using coconut oil. This one, on the other hand, is a cinch. Everything pops out of this one just fine, and they're little apples. I did bake with these in last week's Fall Decorate With Me. I will link that for you in the cards. I already linked it. I will have it for you in the description box down below. This one is so, no mess, no fuss, so easy to bake with. They don't stick in this one. This one, on the other hand, we shall see. I'm gonna grease it really well, but every time I pull it out, I kind of do a little prayer, and I hope that they pop out and they don't just disintegrate after all of this work, but we shall see. Nervous. I just tried one. I was like, this is gonna go one of two ways. And thankfully, our little acorn popped out. I mean, you can still see it's an absolute mess to clean up, but can you even that? I mean, is it worth the cleanup? Ask me here in 20 minutes when I'm trying to cruise and get all of this cleaned up before the kids come home. But right now, seeing it and showing it to you guys, I say yes. So stinking cute. Let's see. I'm scared. Nope. The acorns tend to pop out easier. I am so scared. Hold on. Yes. So stinking cute, you guys. Recipe was inspired by, I think it was a Real Simple recipe, or maybe it was a Martha Stewart, one of them. I was at Barnes & Noble with the kids last year in October, November timeframe. I think it was their Thanksgiving magazine, and on the cover, I saw this beautiful baked feta with sliced figs and what looked to be a honey glaze over top. And I had put that recipe in the back of my mind, like, I need to recreate that. I never actually looked it up, but I can visually picture it right now. So this one's going to be absolutely delicious. We're going to do 1.5 cups of purple grapes, and then I have 10 figs. I'm going to slice these up and put them on a baking sheet. Bake that, then once they have caramelized a bit, I'm going to bring them over and add them into the stove, and then we'll add on some fresh honey, pumpkin seeds, and some fresh thyme, and this one is going to be absolutely delicious. I was going to slice the grapes, but I think I like the rustic feel of the open figs and then the full grapes. So now we're going to be making our little glaze, and we're going to be using olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, So now we're going to transfer our figs and our grapes into our baking dish, drizzle it with a little bit more honey and olive oil, put our thyme on top, and then I like to add a little bit of finishing salt. Welcome to day 2 of our fall bake with me. I am so excited for day 2 because we have 2 really incredibly delicious and quite easy baked goods today. I will say the baked feta was so simple, but I was watching the footage back really quickly and I realized I didn't put the sprinkled pumpkin seeds on the top. So when you do bake that, you want to sprinkle some pumpkin seeds, or you do rough chopped pecans, but I was going to do pumpkin seeds and I completely blanked. The kids were like getting ready to get off the bus. I was kind of rushing that one through and I realized, this is missing something. And that was the pumpkin seeds. So today we are making pumpkin pie cornbread bites and apple crisp energy bites, which that one sounds really good to me right now, but I think that's going to be the second one that I'm making. So we're going to get started with our pumpkin pie cornbread bites. I was actually out of cornmeal. I realized I only had cornstarch in the house. So this morning I've already been over to Whole Foods. I've gotten in a workout and I have released this week's Living Well updates, which would be last week for you, or if you're watching this on the day I release it, the current week of Living Well updates. So thank goodness I had saved this one for day 2. I only had half a cup of cornmeal and we need a full cup for this recipe. So I'm going to make a tea and we're going to get started with this one. Okay, so our pumpkin pie cornbread bites are cooling behind me. They smell delicious. I will say I had a little extra batter, so I put it in like a small baking dish. I'll probably send it home with my mom. And literally right now, the sun, not even a minute ago, came out for the first time in 5 days, maybe 6, at least 5. I am like the happiest person in the entire world right now to see a blue sky. And now I have all of the ingredients laid out for our next recipe. And as I was laying everything out and getting it together, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change the name. It was going to be like Apple Crisp Energy Bites, which I still like, but I'm thinking like Hemp Harvest Bites, like really bringing that fall theme. We do have half a cup of hemp seeds, 1 full cup of gluten-free oats, half a cup of pitted dates, 1.5 Honeycrisp apples, 2 teaspoons, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of ginger. If that's wrong, you'll know in the PDF, but I think that's the measurements, and a dash of salt, like a quarter teaspoon of salt, and then 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. So we are going to go ahead, this one's simple. It comes together really quick and easy, which is great because I have exactly 15 minutes before the kids get off of the bus. So we're going to put this one together in the food processor, and it is obviously a no-bake energy bite. The Hemp Harvest Bites had to have a place because you guys will absolutely love this one. If you're not going to consume them, I would say within like 3 to 5 days, so pretty quickly, pop them in the freezer, or you could use dried apples instead of fresh apples. But because I know when the kids get home, they're going to inhale these. Then my parents are coming down tomorrow, and my mom will, and I, between my mom and I and Kaya, I know they're going to be gone in 24 hours. And with the lemon juice, it will keep the apples from turning brown, so it's perfectly fine. But if you think it's going to take you longer to consume them, then you can use dried apples. And in the recipe PDF, I will include the measurements if you want to swap it out for dried apples. I like to keep a little bowl here of water just because you want to keep your hands wet when you work with the mixture. I'm just going to pop these ones in the refrigerator to let them set, and they will be absolutely delicious to enjoy. So we have a little bit of time before the afternoon hustle and bustle of soccer. So I figured I could throw together 2 more quick recipes, and this one is our cozy pumpkin chia pudding. You all know my absolute love for chia pudding. I love to make chia pudding on the stovetop and have that warm. I will put a link for you guys up here in the cards as well as the description box down below with those recipes, as well as making chia pudding ahead of time. And when we can add extra nutrition through our canned pumpkin, which is rich in vitamin A and vitamin C and beta carotene, and then we can add in ingredients like Ceylon cinnamon, nutmeg, and then I do have a little bit of pumpkin pie spice in here as well. Then we have 1 tablespoon of almond butter. You could use sunflower butter. You can use pumpkin butter. Any of those would work in this recipe. I have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then I have 1.5 cups of coconut water. And at the bottom, we have 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. These recipes are as easy as they look. You mix everything together in a bowl. You can either mix it in a container, seal it up, put it in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours to set, or you could do so overnight. I won't be enjoying these until tomorrow. or the coming days, so they will be absolutely perfect. excuse the very Instagrammable setup behind me. I am also filming this next recipe as a reel because I have a feeling that you guys are going to go crazy for this spritzer. So what we are doing is a pear in thyme spiced spritzer. I have one whole pear chopped up, then I have an entire jalapeno. We're going to do the zest of 2 oranges, the juice of 1. We need 1 whole ounce. And then we're going to be doing some fresh sprigs of thyme. All of this is going to be blended together with, of course, our Contrace mineral drops and our silica drops. And then once we blend all of that together, we're gonna shake it all up and pour it over some bubbly water. This one is such a hit, and to be honest with you, I love the pear with the freshness of the orange citrus. That flavor profile together is really beautiful, but then to bring in the spice of the jalapeno, it really feels like a decadent and indulgent drink, even though it's the middle of the afternoon, and obviously it's non-alcoholic as it is a spritzer. But if you wanted to, you could add in a little bit of gin or vodka, or instead of doing the bubbly water, you could add in some Prosecco. That would equally be delicious. So we're going to quickly throw this one into the beast blender, shake it up together with ice, and then add in our carbonated water. Okay, 1, the vibe check is at a 100. Can you even, right? Such a cute little spritzer. So as I said, you could add gin, you could add vodka, or instead of the carbonated water, you could add in Prosecco. So yum. Honestly, I might even do 2 jalapenos next time, but I love the spice. So it's completely up to you, but this one, oh my goodness. So I'm going to drink this down, enjoy this, clean the kitchen, and then head off to soccer. I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you found a ton of inspiration for bringing in these beautiful and bountiful fall flavors into your own healthy baked goods. And of course, you can download the PDF in the description box down below so that you can recreate these recipes at home. And be sure to tag me in your Instagram recreations. As always, if you like today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.